Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to another episode of Absolutely Sir Podcast. I'm your host, Cleveland's Trump.
It's your boy D Good, Devin.
T-Rob, man. Welcome back.
Glad to have you guys. Man, how was your guys' week? It's been a crazy week.
It has been. It's been I had a funeral to go to this week. And I know I'm supposed to be there for the cause of it, but I'm just looking around like, man, everything is a business, man. Everything is a business.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's like crazy. They ain't like the company not even there for like the families and nothing like that. They want you to send more flowers. They want you to. I seen a name on a casket. They had a picture inside the casket. I'm like, man, they just all these.
That's all it's for.
And they just
and the caskets themselves. Those a couple $1,000s, right?
Yeah, at least that's the minimum.
Right.
That's the minimum.
And then you got the whole funeral home facility you're paying for.
Man, it's a la carte. Everything is a la carte, man. Like, listen, you want a real pillow, or you want their head just laying down? You want their head just laying down? Then all right. But if you want to look comfortable with a pillow, that pillow gonna be $250.
Right.
When you gonna rent it for $100, you like, damn, I'm about to rent a pillow.
I can't have them down there
looking like that.
All right, throw the pillow in.
Man, the play on emotions is crazy.
Man, that's all they doing is playing on your emotions. Because it's like I'm sitting there just watching. I'm seeing like the step-by-step structure. Yeah. They like, all right, we're about to get ready to start. All right, the pastor's about to come out. All right, the live streaming is going on. Yeah. There's a live streaming for people up there. All right, now if y'all want to come and view it, come around this way, come up this way, and then go out the door.
They play with your emotions.
It's like,
similar thing happened to me a couple years ago when my cat died. Literally, put my cat down. 5 minutes later, like, yeah, do you want a package A, B, or C? And it starts out at $50, $100. Then it jumps up to like $600. Like, yeah, do you just want to cremate it and then whatever with the ashes, or we can make this clay bar. We can get the ashes cremated and give it to you. Like, come on, man, my cat died 5 minutes ago. You think I don't want the best for my cat to do? Like.
Man, everything's a business, man. Everything's a business.
Yeah, man, listen. Then the family aspect of it, right? It's like you need a limo. Limo holds 8 people. Who gonna be in the limo?
Right.
Now your cousin from out of town, like, why I ain't in the limo? That was my favorite auntie. We talked all the time. I should be in the limo. Who got this limo? I need 2. You should just get 2 limos.
And it's like, Trump's in the limo? Why is Trump in the limo, man?
Yeah, she ain't even like Trump.
Now we gotta get another limo.
Get another limo. Oh, that's just another $500, man. It's cool. We get another limo, $500. We're
gonna get you guys there in style.
Yeah,
it's
the hustle. It's the ultimate hustle.
Man, and then it's like I'm watching everybody want to come up there and talk and say their piece, but the funeral director he looking at this watch to make sure that we out of their own town so the next family can come in there so he can get his money. I'm like, man, this is supposed to be a time where people should be able to just express themselves like as long as they need to. This is somebody that's crossing over.
But that game is the same as the hospital game, right? Once that bed is empty, we got somebody else to put in that bed. These billable hours. These billable hours we losing. So
right.
It's a cold world. It's a cold world.
Comes down to. That's what it comes down to.
It's a cold world, man.
People trying to escape the real world, though.
They are.
Many different ways.
Yeah.
But one of the ones that interests me the most right now is something that's coming. You guys both know the metaverse.
The metaverse.
This shit is about to be crazy.
Yeah. So my question is, what the hell happens when you die in the metaverse? That's gonna be a whole different ball game.
Can you die in the metaverse?
No, you can die in real life though. right. Well, so what happens when that funeral director say in 10 years they're like, listen, we're gonna have your metaverse avatar here. It's gonna be able to talk to you all and address the crowd.
You gonna have a funeral? We're gonna get you there in a limo. All in the metaverse.
The live stream in the meta. You want the metaverse limo? Who's going to be in the limo in the metaverse?
Do you still want to say user not found?
Right.
Or do you want to have your name on there?
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you still searchable on the metaverse? Because if you are, then that's an extra $1,500 for people to still interact with you, and we'll just put a voice in
an avatar, an AI, pretend to be you.
It's crazy because these businesses that are gonna get started within the metaverse is taking things to a whole nother level. I sent you guys that clip this morning.
Right.
There was some kind of admin in this live chat room.
It looked like the Centraland.
Yeah.
It looked like the Centraland. And I've been doing some homework on the metaverse, man. It's just trying to be ahead of the technology, man. And it's when you wrap your head around it, it's insane.
It is.
It's insane. And what we'll be able to do in the metaverse.
Listen, I'm in the metaverse. I see Nike in there. I see Adidas in there. I see all these other big companies in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in there for the porn industry. Listen, I don't watch porn, nothing like that.
Honestly,
that industry is about to go nuts.
Sex sells, bro. Sex sells. You're 100% right.
With every level of technology. Human nature, sex is just a basic part of human nature.
Mm-hmm.
So any technology we make, it's going to automatically reflect sex at some point. Pornhub is the most viewed website in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy about that is, can you imagine the data that they're about to get off of people and our interactions and what people are really into and what people are really like?
I'm just waiting for the cryptocurrency or whatever it is to come out so I can invest into it. Because I know that the evolution of the metaverse is going to be that it's going to take on all 5 of your senses.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to feel, you're going to be able to smell, you're going to be able to... I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's the evolution of it.
It's a hardware-software integration, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have some people making money on the hardware. You're going to have some people making money on the software. There's actually a company called Spatial Labs. Spatial Labs, and it's created by Idris Sandu, young guy that actually was crucial in Nipsey's development of his marathon brand.
Wow.
Nipsey was so far ahead with that, man. So it was so interactive with the AR technology in it, and so he's partnered. I think Jay-Z's partnered with him, on Spatial Labs, man. And so he's working on making hardware that integrates into the metaverse. So different holographic projectors and things like that. So
like different treadmills, so you can actually be walking, and it moves your little avatar or whatever. And
it's a whole other world.
It's crazy.
But what about the dependency, right?
Yes.
This thing is like now. What about the dependency on that virtual world?
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's where it gets weird, because people need this. People need this right here. Human interaction, getting together, talking. When I just got my headset on, I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm talking to you guys, and I take that headset off. I'm in a room all by myself, no food in the fridge, no friends.
The world is going to become a library.
Yeah.
Where you in there, you only focus on what you got. Ain't nobody talking to nobody.
Uh-huh.
Ain't nobody interacting with nobody. You only focusing on what's in front of you, which is probably going to be the metaverse or whatever it is. You're going to be like this. There's somebody right here. You don't know who it is. Never talk to them. Because you're going to be so tapped in.
But I think where the lines get drawn is going to blend and blur reality. So we thinking of it and looking at it as two separate things, but I think it's going to blur the lines of actual reality. They say Apple's coming out with their headset, their glasses next 2 years, next year. What happens when you put these glasses on and it's an immersive experience?
Right.
And it blends that metaverse and the real universe. So when I look at Devin, I see his Twitter tag pop up over his head and all his social profiles.
That's crazy.
And you know what I mean? Like that's
I just watched a movie that's similar to some of what you just said. It's called, I'm just pulling it up right now. It's called Swan Song.
Okay.
It's on Apple TV. It's a good movie, but it's about a guy that cloned himself because he was about to die, but he didn't want to tell his family that he wanted to die because it was going to break their heart. So he cloned himself behind their back.
Wow.
And the other clone went in there and he started catching feelings because there was another man interacting with his family.
Right.
It was a weird little sequence, but the part I'm talking about is it was technology on there. He had some things on his brain right here that was like downloading his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
He was using his thumbs to like mute like the conversation or to activate his lens in his eye. His contact was like a lens, so it was like a camera. He was doing something. It was like all this technology that was happening. The cars was like all electric. Nobody was driving them.
Crazy thing about that is it's actually a company that I've been looking at and it's investing in that actually makes those contacts. The contacts interact with the frames you put on.
Yeah.
So
I've seen those. The glasses too.
So the glasses, your contacts interact with the glasses. So whatever you look at, the cursor, whatever you see on these frames, it directs it to that. So it's interactive. It's not tangible with your hands anymore. Where you would use your hands for tactile, push this, push that. No, it's just interacting with wherever your eyes at.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody ever seen Westworld, HBO show, different series. Westworld is kind of based on that, where they created these avatar bodies, these clone bodies, and they were trying to perfect downloading cognitive thought into these people because people didn't want to die. They're like, I don't want to die, so what if my consciousness just lives on?
Right.
I'm sorry for the spoiler.
Be spoilers. Sorry.
But yeah, man. Like, so what happens when it's like, what is reality and what is living? It's gonna get to that point. Like, what is living?
That's what the metaverse is gonna be. It's gonna be like you're gonna be so dependent upon being in that world because it's releasing all kind of dopamine into your body where you like, I need this.
You get in there, you're the man.
I need this. I created this world.
Yeah.
Like I say, man, I've been getting deep into it. You know, Trump and I talk all the time. Yeah. It's actually a company that's making full body scan avatars. So right now we at the infancy, right, of the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
The avatars look like little cute little Lego kind of men.
What company is this? My buddy was he was telling me about this stock where they're putting up scanners all over the West Coast, and all their employees were getting scanned, and they were put into this world.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the company off the top right now.
I'm gonna have this.
I'm not with stock. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not giving stock tips here. But yeah, I'll give you some of that off camera. But yeah, they're doing full 3D scans.
Yes.
So it's so at a fast clip, this thing's gonna become so lifelike that it's not gonna be the interaction like you see like roadblocks or something like this. It's gonna be a full 3D scanning of this person walking around with his Adidas on or his Yeezys on, and now they're selling you $75 Yeezys, virtual Yeezys for your avatar.
It's wild.
But the trick of it is when you cut that computer off and you got to put on real clothes and real shoes, and you don't have real Yeezys, you got some off-brand, you know what I mean? Like, you've been existing in this space so long, it's going to create a chemical dependency, man. People are going to be so codependent on their existence in the metaverse. And you know, it brings you to this movie Bliss that I just watched.
Great recommendation, by the way.
Yes.
Bliss. I recommend everybody go watch that movie.
I enjoyed that for sure.
It blurred the lines. What's real and what's fake? What do you believe? What do you believe? Is my codependency on this thing? Is that my reality? Because if that's the case, then hey. Or is it the real, actual, physical life? Which one means more?
It's crazy because it gave me a glimpse, into their world instead of like the world that I grew up in, where I'm on the opposite side of that.
Right.
And I remember back in Cali, I was in Cali, and there was this the guy was a crackhead, right? But he had a suit on, like, so from a distance, you don't know, you think this guy's a real businessman,
right?
Until he started getting closer and closer, and you like, okay, that suit's a little dirty. The tie's a little messed up. The shoes
tearing up.
And then he asked you for some dope. You like, oh, he got a full suit on, like, and you can tell he living outside, like, because of the smell. You can see how dirty his hands is. It's like this guy homeless, but he got a suit on. So with the movie Bliss, it's like in his mind, he the president.
Right.
Yeah.
He the head of some company or something like that.
I came from the crack era of the 90s, late 80s, so I think we experienced it a little different. The crack, the term berry, right? These berries, a berry had so much confidence, you couldn't tell her she wasn't the baddest shit walking. You like, listen, like your shit rotted out, you all disheveled, you fuck, but her confidence, she's strutting around that shit like she Beyonce, because they in a whole different reality. I seen motherfuckers get walking up the street with Burger King crowns on, with a fucking bathrobe on, with no shirt under it in the middle of the summer. But in they mad, it's like shit. I'm that motherfucker.
Yo, what was it earlier this week? It was going around the internet. There was two people walking. What was it, Brook Park Road? butt naked, just wearing socks, walking down the street.
Oh yeah, that's why. I think you showed me that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
they
think it was
tapped
Jay,
in.
yeah.
They on. I think what was the blue crystal was the highest. The blue crystal.
Yeah, it was the
Like
blue
to walk
ones.
around normal with no clothes on, just like
this
this
what
they
it
had
is.
some socks on.
Like this is what it is.
Hey.
So they're in a whole nother wavelength, and I think once you start blurring the world with that metaverse, it's gonna be hard for some people to detach. Like, what do you mean?
Why would you want to? I'm the man in this world.
Once they start, like you said, once the porn industry and all those other things
That's right.
get caught up to the metaverse, and they start making the hardware to work both ways, they already got so much shit out there. They got Bluetooth, sex toys, all kinds of shit. Once they catch up with the metaverse and say, okay, I'm gonna make meta sex in this goddamn universe, and I'm gonna have toys that link in via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all this other shit. It's gonna create a whole other space.
And then you gonna like, you gonna be talking to your homies like, "What's up, bro?" Like, no, that ain't who I am. I'm in the metaverse. I'm Doctor, whatever.
Or you know how the guys talk. Man, I was just fucking the one. You like, huh? He was fucking the one. How? They go OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans gonna turn to a whole new thing.
Oh man,
it's gonna be like shit. You wanna buy my hardware? They gonna be in the metaverse selling hardware. Buy this mold in my ass and come on into the metaverse. Pay your $50
y'all heard this here first, so I want royalties for us.
Yes. Listen, y'all take that shit and use it. Contact us. The email will be. We're gonna get that email set up for y'all in the links and everything.
Absolutely.
Contact us. Let us know.
Absolutely.
And we'll help further your endeavors for a small, maybe small fee. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing too, though, that happened this week, man. I had $192 million.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about
in my account, and I missed the window to sell. $192 million.
I'm not going to disclose what stock or crypto that was.
In crypto.
But there was two of them where.
Man, it was CRO and it was VVS.
Oh man.
All right. So I was in both of them. And I was at the funeral. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
But no, keep it real with me right now. I call you. I'm at work at the time. I was with the customer. If I would have seen it, I called you, bro. VVS, sell right now, bro. I'm at the funeral. What do you do?
You stop the pastor. Hold on,
Lord, please.
Hold on, everybody, stop. This shit just got to happen. I don't give a shit if I'm stopping the hearse from pulling out. Hold on.
If I would have got that call, I'd have got up and walked out. I don't care who was talking. I don't care what was going on. I'd have got up and walked out, and I'd have been out in my car making that. And I'm like, cause I usually don't go like an hour or two without like checking my stuff, especially in the crypto, like in the more
stocks, right.
The more stocks.
That crypto's so volatile that the swings like
crazy.
That's the one thing I hate about them is that the swing is so crazy. Like my guy will call me and say, "Did you catch that one?" And I'm like, "Did I catch it? I'm in it already. I'm in it. But I've been busy. I'm doing all this stuff. Did you catch it? Oh, it swung. Then it fell." You like, it swung. How did it swing? You go check and you like, fuck.
Listen, and I'm gonna show you the video. I had $192 million, and look, and it was for an hour and a half, the whole span. I'm at the funeral, and look, I just turned. Rest in peace. I'm sorry. I just turned my notifications off so I won't interrupt the service.
Yes.
So I won't interrupt the service. So the alerts was coming through. I wasn't getting them though. The alerts was coming through. CRO was up 10%. CRO was up 1,000%, 3,000. I think up to like 30,000%. I'm like, it's coming through. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I called Brandon. I'm like, man, why you ain't call me? Oh man, I missed it too. And I talked to Devin. I missed it too. Oh man.
Made me sick that day. I'm sick today.
Wow.
$192 million.
Wow.
Listen.
So, how does it feel to go from being rich, uber rich, for an hour and a half, right? You go, I was up 100 million. That's a hell of a piece of your story to tell.
Like, it's crazy. Cause Rest in peace, man.
Listen, I understand your feeling, right? 2008. I'm still investing. I'm still doing what I do. I come across this thing called Bitcoin.
Oh man,
I got some people on the that maneuver through the dark web, and so they kind of familiar with the Bitcoin at that time. They said, "Listen, this is what it is." Mm-hmm. Okay, Silk Road was going on, all that craziness. I said, I called my guy up, financial guy. I said, "Listen, what do you think about this Bitcoin stuff?" I wouldn't touch it. I stay away from it. I'm like, man, I'll throw $1,000 into it. I don't care. I'll stay away. SEC, they gonna financial things. They gonna get ready. I said, all right. Somehow I get away from it. I don't invest. In 08. We look up 2015,
what
2016.
Was it I'm looking that up. Go ahead.
2015, I would have been up. I think it was roughly $40 million. So
Listen, this is an account that I got like 5 different accounts, right? This is one of the accounts where I buy shit coins in, right?
I understand.
So this is the shit coins that I know that
you might not.
I'm just taking
you
a
just
risk.
throwing a shot in the dark.
So I only got a little bit in there. I'm just gonna show you a quick little glimpse of this real quick, right?
Wow.
So look. And it's over an hour, and I missed it. I'm just gonna, listen, I'm gonna show y'all too.
That
man.
shit hurt my feelings.
I am hurt
right now. I'm hurt.
That is.
Wow.
Listen, if y'all can see this, y'all can see it.
And we'll superimpose this on the cast, man, to make sure you can see this. That's unbelievable, man.
Man, so I was walking around like
it was over.
Schwarzenegger.
It was game over.
And True Lies, when he just walking around, almost got hit by a bus. I'm like, man.
You took your headset off the metaverse.
Yeah.
Man.
You're back in the real world.
So you at the funeral, everybody's like, oh, you really sad, you taking this hard.
I didn't know that.
You're taking this really hard, man. It's like, yeah, I am.
I didn't know at the funeral. I'm like, I cut my notifications off, and it was hitting me. It was hitting me.
But it was crazy that all comes full circle, right? Mm-hmm. It's like when you step out of the metaverse, when you step out of this digital world that we operate in, and come and have to do real world stuff, you like, I missed what happened in the digital world.
Yeah.
I missed what happened
full circle.
Cause on Reddit, I'm sure they caught it. On Reddit and all the Twitter and everything, I'm sure they like, oh shit, some millionaires got made. And you were actually activating in the real world and you missed it. So now in the back of your mind is like, I need to spend more time in this digital world. Mm-hmm. So now my real world has to take a back seat. Like, listen, you gotta take a back seat. I need to go get a headset and I'm in. Like, that's crazy, man.
So all last week I didn't do nothing. I'm like, I was at the gym mad as hell. Like, man, how did I miss it?
That's crazy.
How did I miss it, man? And not only did I miss it, they missed it. I'm like, cause I know if somebody else would have hit it, they would have called me. Or if I would have seen it, I would have called somebody. And it was just something I didn't even know. I think you the one who was like, he did the VVS. I'm just like, I'm just gonna spend a little money into that.
Nobody called me. I'm offended at this podcast right now.
What do you say?
I'm absolutely offended at this podcast. Nobody called me, man.
We ain't financial advisors, bro.
I understand. But I am a gambler of the highest degree when it comes to investing money. Like, I'll throw some money in because I understand the space, right? So I'm like, okay, let's go in. I'm in.
Yeah.
So, shit, if there's money to be made, always.
I'm gonna say this though. When he told me, I wasn't that confident because I usually tell you like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I wasn't as confident in this stock at all.
But fuck it.
I had a feeling.
I think I spent $100 on this stock.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck it. Man, I will piss $100. You and I have been out. We go out and kick like in the words of Bruno Mars, man, I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Hey, let's go. So $100, that ain't gonna change my living conditions. So, because if not, I'm gonna just,
right,
man,
I'm gonna spend it in the I'm one of those fans like a Dame Dash. And I think a lot like where he says, I keep my cash in the street.
No, just
I keep my cash in the streets, and the only way you lose money is when money is parked. You always want to keep your money moving.
Right.
So you can be cash poor. I don't mind being liquid poor, but investment vehicles running.
Right.
Right. So because I think financially that's what people kind of blur the lines. It's like, listen, that savings account that's getting you 1%, 2%.
No, definitely.
You can buy a blue chip stock and average 17,
right?
Average 12, historical average. So why even park your money there? Only reason you park it there is for accessibility.
It's liquid.
Yeah, it's accessible, and which is still dangerous to you because you're gonna spend it on something. You're gonna spend it towards debt or something like that. And to be honest, spending on debt makes no sense because the debt is there.
Listen, so before you buy anything, get a business to pay for it.
Absolutely.
So I know, like I said, I got a Porsche. Not bragging about it, but Wingway pay for that. My restaurant pay for that. It's not coming out of my pocket. If I want to go buy something, shout out to Wingway. Shout out to Wingway. Y'all want some good wings? Go to Wingway on Northfield 10430 Northfield Road, Northfield, Ohio.
We're waiting for Wingway to sponsor us some wings in here.
Yeah, we got
the 24 karat gold wings.
Yes.
We have those.
Whoever want to get us a bottle of liquor, we'll smack it right in the middle there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that, but don't just go out and buy stuff just because you see other people with it. Make sure that it makes financial sense. Make sure you create a business, a revenue stream that's gonna pay for your wants.
Right.
So put the work in for the business to build the business up to where you can pay for your car note, you can pay for the trips you want to go on, you can pay for all the other stuff. Or if you don't even want to pay for it, you can just use it for saving. Just keep adding to your investment accounts.
Right.
I think everybody should have. What I tell you? What kind of conversation do I have with you?
We have great conversations about business.
And how often do I tell you to pay yourself?
Every time we get paid.
Pay yourself.
I pay myself every time we get paid, sir.
Shouts out to listen. I'm jacked in. I'm jacked in. I ain't jacked in this week, but I'm typically jacked in, man. So it's like with that, man. I feel you. That's rough.
Just trying to make business moves out here.
No, so I'm like, wait.
You back roll?
Oh yeah.
You got the concept. But like I understand. I agree with you, man. With using use your common sense, right? It's a common sense to find ways to generate revenue. That's at the end of the day. That's what's wrong. We live in an era now where information is everywhere.
Yes.
Information is everywhere, and if you don't want to use that information to further yourself, like this on you. Like I tell people, you got 6 senses. You got 6 senses. God gave you 6 senses to use. Use all of them. Use all of them. Then I always get the pushback. Well, it's 5 senses. What's the 6th sense? Common sense. You got common sense. Trust and verify. You gotta use everything at your disposal, and
don't base your decision making off what you see on Instagram or you see somebody else have, because you don't know what they did to get what they got.
Right.
Always go your own path. Like use your own path.
And that's what I'm saying. Trust and verify. Your eyes will deceive you. Your ears will deceive you. Your feel will deceive you. Everything can deceive you, but your common sense is the verification. That's your 2-factor verification. What you see versus what you think, and validate those things. So you can't get wrapped up into the watching the moves and saying, "Man, that's crazy." I think everybody falls in love with the outcome, especially with business and investing, and whether it's entertainment, everything. People love the outcome.
But they don't see what goes in behind it though.
Never.
The grind, the hustle to get there.
And the process is so you got to romanticize the process.
Like, fall in love with the process. Absolutely.
The process is where you actually garner the skills and the tangible things to have that success. You gotta, like, the universe is showing. Everybody always says like, "Oh, I want that house."
How you gonna get it?
I want that car. Man, if I had that car, man, if I had that house, if I had this, it's like, but if I told you what to do to get it, you're like, I don't do that shit.
Ain't disciplined enough.
Listen, people hit me up all the time and for advice, and I give them advice. The problem is they don't take none of the advice I give them. And it's like, I'm not giving nobody no more advice. Like
I'm out of that business as well, bro.
Like, ain't nobody listening to none of them I'm saying. It's like, I'm not where I want to be at, right? In my mind, I don't feel like I'm where I need to be at. Regardless to what everybody else think or may see, I'm not where I want to be at. Mm-hmm. So I'm grinding every day. And if I can give you if I can shed some type of light into what I found to be successful, and I share that with you, and you don't take none of the advice I give you, it's like, I can't talk to you no more.
Right.
Because it ain't registering what I'm saying to you.
Right.
And I know for a fact that somebody else's path is not my path. So you just take bits and pieces of what made them successful and you implement it into your own routine. Right. And my routine is crazy, and it's the same every single day. And it's like I forgot who I was talking to about the evolutions of a person. Like, this is something I just came up with.
Yeah, we talked about it.
It's like, you gotta evolve. Like, what part of you is gonna evolve first? Is it gonna be your spiritual? Is it your physical? Mm-hmm. Is it your emotional? Or is it your financial? Mm-hmm. Like, or your mental? Which one of those is gonna evolve first? Because for you to be successful, all of them have to be evolved. Yeah. You can't just be strong but dumb. You can't be like, I master my emotions, but I haven't mastered my.
But question to that, I think once you boil it off, what do you deem as successful, right? Because I think everybody's determination of success is different. Mm-hmm. Like, so you got some athletes that got all the money but they're stupid as shit. You got some people you got some people who leverage their physical beauty or acumen to get financial success, but they don't have any real tangible skills. Right. You got some people who leverage their popularity, but they don't necessarily have intellectual skills. You got some people who leverage their, all sorts of things. They may not be the most spiritually well-rounded person, and I agree with you though. But I just say that to say, like, I don't think people determine what success means for them. Like, what's a win for you? Right. Because it's not the same for everybody else.
Right. But I'm not judging it based off the stuff that you can purchase with it. I'm basing it off of you evolving as a human. Right. Like, your evolution as a human being. You got to evolve in those areas for you to evolve in yourself. And once you evolve and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, this is the best version of myself. Right. Then you're a success. Nothing else matters. You can't take none of that with you. You can't take none of that with you. Right? But you can. So while you're here, you evolve yourself to become that best version of who you are every single day.
I agree, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So, and like I said, I think the premise is what's your determination? Like, I think about that often. It's like, what's your determination of being successful? Because for me, what matters to me is a value system. What I value, somebody else might not value, but they see the outcome. They see the outcome of what you achieve. They say, I want what you achieve, but they don't value what you value to achieve that. Mm-hmm. You appreciate the multiple aspects of you. Mm-hmm. I want what you got. I want the house. They're not necessarily thinking about their spiritual or all the intangible things that you need to do. Like, I tell people who ask me for advice, a simple thing, and it's counter to their natural inclination. Slow down.
Trust the process.
Just slow down. You like, everybody rushes because they think that in this pace of life, let's rush into it. Let's get all right, what we got to do? We got to get this. Now it should work. That's not how it works.
I think a lot of that has to do with social media too.
I agree, but I think even before that though, I think
it's been like that.
I just think people don't understand, like, slow. It's a slogan that I read that the Marines use. Slow is fast and fast is quick. Just take your time. Just go through the process. Take your time and go through the process. Because you're rushing through it, you're gonna miss something. Then that creates rework.
And that's, man, listen, the success is in the routine that you create, right? Like my routine on a day-to-day basis is the same hours. This, I would say, it's probably 10 hours a day. I'm in a fixed routine. And anything that I need to add to that, it's gonna go within that 10-hour window. Because that's my most successful 10 hours. From when I wake up, my brain is at its highest as far as functionality, as far as me thinking, making high-level decisions. Like, so from that 10-hour span of me having my routine, I'm working out, I'm reading, I'm meditating, I'm working, I'm making decisions. It's like, that's every single day. I don't skip a day with that, every single day. And outside of that, you might see me like, I might not be doing nothing, or might just be chilling, and the person that might catch me in that role might not even think I did nothing.
Right.
But that whole day was all part of my routine. And I think I know the routine is the blueprint. Before you start building up, you gotta have a blueprint. How the line's gonna go on here, what's gonna be where. And that blueprint is how you start to build on that.
And to chime into what you're saying, I think, just like you said, the blueprint, those foundational things help you build upon that. I think you can't freestyle until you're proficient. Like, you can't ad-lib until you know how to lay the verse down. You got to be proficient in the mechanics of the fundamentals to be like, you know what, I can remix this right here. And I'm a big fan of getting an early win in every day. I'm a big fan of that theory. Get you an early win. Get something that was productive on your books that you did. You completed a task. Just to start your, because it gets the day rolling. Whether if you get up and you work out, let's get up, hit some push-ups. Hit some push-ups. You get up, you in this routine, you in this flow, and you in this successful flow. So it's like I'm winning. My day is winning.
From the start.
And it's about stringing together enough good win days, and then you see the results. You look up, you say, okay, I had a good month now. And you see those results. You see them financially, you see them physically, you see them mentally, you see them spiritually. And you fit everything within that routine too, though. So if you do add something into it, it's all in the flow of things. So let's say you're going to work and you got a 30-minute drive to work. Well, instead of listening to music on that 30-minute drive, you listen to audio books. So you're educating yourself. And let's say like you're going to work out. So on your way from work, if it's a gym there, then from work, you go to the gym or on your way to work before you got to go to work, go to the gym. And then on your way to work, listen to your audio books, and then you on the way to work. However your schedule is, work in the stuff that you need to be successful. Right.
I would say this, like let's say you fall into a hole, right? You fall into a hole, and all the different evolutions of a human that I think, you don't need to use all of them, but you need to pick and choose some of them, right? So let's say you fall into a hole. The first thing you think is let's say it's a 20-foot hole you went to. Now you like, how do I get out of this? So if you emotionally evolve, you're not finna panic. You're not finna be like, I'm panicking, because it ain't gonna get you nowhere. So now you emotionally evolve. Now you spiritually evolve, because now you know you're on faith. You know you're gonna get out of there. You're not worried about if you're not gonna get out of there. You know for sure you're gonna get out of there. Then you like physically evolve. Now I can just climb my way up out of this hole. And once you get those, like I said, once you evolve it as with those different evolutions, any hole you fall in, you're gonna be able to get out of. Any hurdle that come to you, you're gonna be able to jump over, because you evolve in those levels of evolution. So no matter what, you walk around with the utmost confidence because you ain't worried about nothing, because you know you're gonna be able to get out of it.
See, my method is slightly different that I use. Because I believe in Murphy's Law. What can go wrong with you. So I try to condition my critical thinking for chaos theory. All the shit can fall apart. So I'm in that zone all the time. It's like, okay, critical thinking. What are we doing? Because this plans inevitably fall apart. And so you want to be able to condition your mind. And that, honestly, I feel it comes from, like you said, reading, educating your mind, studying what other people who've come before you have done and studying what happens in these different scenarios, or just strengthening your mind, your thought process, strengthening your meditating, strengthening your spirituality, where you like, okay, I'm built for whatever may come because it's inevitably going to come.
Right.
And
you're ready for it.
And being able to critically think your way through those spaces. And like you said, it takes emotional intelligence. I'm not panicking. All right, I need to feel at home. You know, I think that's what separates in sports, the Jordans, the Kobes, the real great players. That's in that last 4 seconds. They're like, I'm built for this because I watched and I waited for this moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These last 4 seconds, I know I'm built for.
Ready for it.
While everybody else's heart is racing, and they're like, they panic. It's like, this is what I shot 3,000 shots the other night for, just for this moment. So I think you got to condition yourself in those parameters. And I'm a fan of the KISS method in everything. And I try to dumb things down and keep it simple. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple. You know, I think back to like just the evolution and life and just going through life as a person. You have to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's the first thing. You got to be confident in your abilities. And the only way you can be confident is if you are proficient. If you know you put the work in. If you know the only time you don't feel confident, you know I didn't prepare for this.
Yes.
So if you prepare, you can live with the results because I gave everything. I know I'm ready for this. Mm-hmm.
It's not a day. It's not a week that goes by that you can take off. Mm-hmm. Like if you evolve mentally, you know that your mental got to be stronger than your emotional. Mm-hmm. Because you make more emotional decisions on a day-to-day basis than anything. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like doing this. Should I get up and work out? Nah, I don't feel like working out. Should I eat this or should I eat that? I'm gonna go to McDonald's to get this. Right. It's like it's all based on emotions. But once you start incorporating that mental into that, now it's like, nah, I'm gonna go get me this now, or I don't feel like working out, but I'm gonna go do it. Mm-hmm. Even if it's gonna be a shitty workout. I'm still going to go do it. Because you're never going to regret that. And the power of that is the universe
rewards it.
It rewards it. Whatever you throw out there is going to come back to you. Everything is in abundance, right? So whatever you throw out there. So if you're positive and everything's going your way, everything going to continue to go your way.
And you and I talked about this. Most people function and go into, especially in business, and in business, the outcome. I was telling you that people focus on what I want to get out of this. So they go in and I'm thinking about what I want to get out of this. Not thinking, what do I have to give to this endeavor? Mm-hmm. What can I give to this? And that's that ability to give of yourself and what you're willing to give. The universe is gonna give it back. It's gonna give you back whatever you put out there in some form of capacity. Is going to come back to you.
That's how it works. If you're in a state of I need, and you like praying, oh, I need this, I need that, then you're going to always stay in the state of I need. So anytime something comes back to you, it's always going to keep you in that I need. But if you're in a state of I have everything I need, then it's going to come back to you, give you everything that you need.
It's a hitchhiker mentality, right? It's a hitchhiker mentality. You can stand here with your thumb out and watch the cars ride past you. Mm-hmm. Or you could just start walking. You could just start walking. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm waiting, I'm at the mercy of the universe. Please, somebody help me. I'm going this way. Just start walking. Mm-hmm. Just start walking. And you might walk and you might see a help wanted sign. Let me go in here and work for the day and get my tips. And now I got enough money to buy a bus ticket. I got there. Mm-hmm. But I could stand here all night with my thumb out and wait, or I can see what can I do? What can I give to better this situation?
Right.
What can I do? Because whatever your living condition is, whatever, it's on you. It's on you to fix it. Mm-hmm. And what I was saying about keeping it simple, the KISS method is like, man, I've had buckets and I've had Benzes. And two things remain the same in both of them. I got to where I was going in both of them, and the same person got out of each car. Mm-hmm. That's it. So it goes to what you're saying, like you can't focus on what you see or what you think, because now you're going to guide yourself in a way where it's not productive for you. You're getting away from the method. You're not working on self-improvement really. You're working on your look. Mm-hmm. You're working on the perspective of how people view you. And if you chasing something, that means it's running away. So you chasing something that's unattainable. When I've told people it's like catching a feather. You're trying to catch a leaf, catch a feather, and fall. You're a little kid. You're trying to catch the little shits that float, and you chasing it. All you got to do is put your hand right there and just let it float.
Come to you.
And let it come to you. You chasing it. You stirring the waters. You get patience, man. Patience and take your time.
Listen, I was on a chase for a long time, like in the music. Like, the chase, that was my hashtag, because I'm chasing it. And then I realized I was in a state of chasing, so it was always going to elude me.
Yes, sir.
And that's why my hashtag now is arrived. Like, everything I got is arrived. I got everything I need. Everything I want, I have it. So anything else that comes is just extra for me. You ever been like, I don't know, let's say you like, man, I know that's gonna happen, because I don't even want that no more. I'm done with that. And you like, but I know it's still gonna come, and it end up still coming because you in that state of mind where it's like, it's in abundance. I don't need that no more. So that's why it's still coming to you.
Right.
But it's like you flip it around. It's like, man, listen. I don't want that at all. Where it's like something negative, and then next thing you know, something negative happened. Where you like, I don't even know the example I'm trying to use right now. But
yeah, like I said, keep it simple, man. Like, it's so hard to get, especially with social media, like you were saying, Devin. Like, it's so hard not to get wrapped up in the people eat with their eyes.
Yeah.
They eat with their eyes. Like,
what I was saying earlier, I think it speeds it up. It speeds it, because I could go on Instagram, I could see you with your Porsche, I could see you, with your nice clothes and your watches and, whatever. And then I go back, I'm like, I ain't got none of that. What do they have? I want to follow your path, or I want to do what he's doing. A lot of people look at that.
Right.
That may not be what I need. Right. Everybody's going to have a different personalized plan to find their success, to let it come to them.
A magician will tell you the eye is the easiest thing to fool. That's where sleight of hand comes. It's like it's the easiest thing to trick is a person's eyes. They eat with their eyes so they can feed on lies.
Right.
It's you see, you like, look, it's you don't know. You don't know, so you got to kind of strip yourself away from that. And like having kids, having children, that's, as a parent, that's one thing, like I've taught my kids, is the power of one word and one pronoun. Fuck it. Fuck it. You done all you can. You gave your best effort, whether it's school, anything. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck it. Don't worry about what somebody thinks about you. The last thing in the world I think about is what somebody thinks about me.
Mm-hmm.
That's their business, not mine. Don't give a shit what you think about me. And you have to.
That's why I really don't like reputation either, though. Like, I know we're getting deep, but I don't really like reputation because it's like it's reputation ain't nothing but what a whole bunch of motherfuckers think about you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care what nobody thinks about me. Mm-hmm. As long as what I think about me, like, is what I think about me, then that's all that matters.
That's why I said I've been in business and I've been in buckets, man. And what I learned from you said, you just put, I don't need this, man. Like, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need this. And I never exist in a space of, like you said, in that space of need. You like, it's gonna happen. Whatever it is, I'm gonna work it out. And it's gonna happen because I'm gonna give my effort.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give my effort towards it. So I know it, like, I know it's gonna work. If you are broke week after week, or working check to check, and you broke week after week after week after week, then you have to remix this plan. That's the only way it's gonna change, is if I change it. So if I'm broke, I'm overspending. Let me stop my spending. Let me discipline myself to stop my spending. If I'm underpaid, I need to go get some more skills so I can get some more money. I need to find me a hustle that can accentuate what I'm doing right now. I need to do something. I need to pray on it, then I need to move on it. I need to say, okay,
make those adjustments.
Guide these steps. Talk to the Most High, guide these steps, I'm going in. And I'm about to go in. Mm-hmm. And I'm going in and I'm committing. I'm committing to give all of myself to change this thing, whatever I want to change. That's why I'm getting. I'm not a proponent of the surgery stuff. Like, women, some women being they going to get surgery. Like, change it. You can hustle. Anything you want to do, you can change. If you want to change your physicality, if you want to change it, change it. Like, it's on you. And I know some people have health conditions or different so that's a broad range, but there's some people that's easy out, right? It's easy out, like because you can't put that burger down because you couldn't get the salad instead of the burger. You couldn't cut the.
Listen, it's not for all women. Right? Let me just make a disclaimer right here. I'm not talking about all women.
That's at Cleveland Trump in the comments when you go in there. Drop those at him.
It's not for all women. But if you don't put the work in before you go get the surgery, then the outcome is going to be right back to the same way it was before you even got the surgery.
What do they say?
Because you gotta have you gotta be already in the routine of working out and eating right. Because if you just like, I'm just gonna get the surgery, I ain't gotta change nothing. Then a year later, you're gonna be right back to the person you was before you get the surgery. Then you just spent all that money on the surgery, and now you're back to
not being happy with yourself. Yeah. They say the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again,
insanity.
But getting the same and expecting a different outcome.
Yeah. I think people we on a cycle where we do it every day.
Yeah. And
like something you said that was big is not one size fits all. Like success is different for everybody. So you have to determine your outcome, determine your destination. And then you have to deal with people on that same path. Like, it's like a bus stop. You standing at the bus stop and you see a friend. They like, you waiting on your bus because you're trying to go this way. Your friend over there is like, they across the street. They're going a whole other way. You're like, damn, but I want to be with them. Or these other people, they're not even waiting at the bus stop. But if I interact with you all, I'm going to miss my bus. So I need to make friends with people at the same bus stop as me, saying, hey, where you going? I'm getting off at the same stop as you. Oh, okay. Oh, what's taking you there? Oh, I'm going there for this. Oh, I'm going there for this. This is how you build out and build value in relationships, and get better at what you're doing and chasing your success. Whatever that thing you think of as success, because what's success for me may not be the same as success for everybody else. Success for me is at the end of the day, when the lights go out, did you leave it all in the game, and did you make it easier for the people that came behind you?
Right.
That's success for me. That's the epitome. The epitome of success for me is to be you on your deathbed, you in old age, you on your deathbed, and you got all the fruits that came off your tree around. You got your kids and they spouses. You got your grandkids. You may have 20 people that came off of your tree, off your branch. You get to see that. You like, look what I built in this work. Like, and that's success for me. It's like, that's success.
I'm just gonna say one more thing. This is my definition of success, right? It's 3 words. It's knowledge. It's KSC, right? Knowledge, strategy, and execution. Like, no matter what, you can't have success without those 3 things, right? So I'm just gonna break it down as simple as I can before we move on to the next topic, all right? Let's say you got an interview somewhere, right? So that's the knowledge. It's the interview. Now what's the strategy? Now you're looking it up on a GPS where to go. You put the address in there. Now you know where you got to go.
Right? Take to get there. Yeah.
That's the strategy of it. Now I know that this is where I got to go. The execution of it is getting in your car and driving there. Now on your way there, you're gonna get people that's gonna cut you off. You're gonna run into roadblocks. You're running into stop signs. You're running into stoplights. It's gonna be people crossing the street. It's gonna be people flicking you off. It's gonna be all kinds of different things happening to you on your way to this interview.
Yes.
But no matter what, it seems like you speeding and you doing this, you always end up there on time. That's the execution of it. So just like you go into that interview and you overcoming all those different obstacles on the way there, it's the same thing with success. So whatever you set your goals, it's gonna be roadblocks. It's gonna be people cutting you off. It's gonna be people cussing you out. It's gonna be stoplights, stops. It's gonna be all that stuff in there. like you said, just be patient and you're going to get there on time.
Yes.
Knowledge, strategy, and execution.
And I'll go one deeper in that knowledge point. It's preparation inside of there.
Mm-hmm.
So before you go into that job interview, I know what this company does. I know what they grossed last year. I know what their target is. I researched it. So when I sit down, I'm confident that nobody that's sitting in this chair that's going to come sit in this chair in front of any of you people know as much about what you guys got going on or is invested in giving of themselves to the success of this thing as I am. Mm-hmm. So I'm confident. I'm supremely confident. They're like, so do you know what we do? What do you know about us? Oh, well, I know that most people put that one word, music, and forget about the other word, the business part of it. And then inside of that business part is the preparation, the knowledge. There's all those things you touched on to evolve in that space,
mm-hmm.
right? You get like from my experience, it's like you deal with. It's insane. You deal with a person or individuals who they become transfixed with the goal. The outcome is like I want to be the biggest,
mm-hmm.
or I want to be they've looked out there and they see other stars, other talent doing what they do, and they're like, I want to be that. It's like, well, how much do you know about the process? It's like, I just know I got talent.
Do you think that, both of you think that a lot of guys that are really talented don't make it because they don't understand the business side of music?
I think it's a person out there that's better than Jordan, but still in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it comes down to the business side of it. I think it comes down to opportunities, and that's whatever situation you may come down to the type of opportunities you handed, and it comes to the preparation, like you were just saying. Like, how determined are you, and at what cost?
Right.
What are you willing to give?
Give of yourself. It's like LeBron said something that was crazy. It's probably 10. He said it's probably 10 to 15 guys. I'm paraphrasing. But it's probably 10 to 15 guys in the NBA that know how to play basketball. And it was off-putting to the person that was in it. Like, what does that mean? It's like it's only 10 to 15 that really know the game. Everybody else is talented. They can play the sport. But can you know the game? Right? Can you put the work in and understand the game and have the acumen and the IQ for the game? So the talent, like you said, there's somebody better than Jordan out there, but he wasn't necessarily a better professional.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're looking to be in the business of something, you are looking to be a professional at it.
Yes.
And to be a professional at it, you got to understand the business. You got to understand that I'm going in here to record, so I need to go in here and be as efficient as I can be. Whether you're a freestyling artist that like to freestyle and go in the studio and freestyle and get your things off, or you want to go home and write. It's the preparation tool. Like, what's your preparation tool to doing it? To where this 10-hour block is the most efficient 10-hour block that we use,
mm-hmm.
because it's on the clock. That's $500 to $1,000. That 10-hour block, depending on where we're recording it.
Right.
So did we maximize that time, or did you go in there and took you 2 hours to get high and get your vibe going and call some chicks and
to eat or
roll up and just what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And that's not the manager, that's not any team member, that's artist-driven things. The artist has to be focused and say, look, I'm going here to work. In this day and age, the entry level, and we touched base on this last week on the podcast, the entry into this is so low now.
Yes, yes.
$2,500, and you got a mobile studio. Get you a MacBook, get you a chaotic ball, you get you a good microphone,
Makes
a good inbox.
Mm-hmm.
You right in there, get your drop your vocals. Go. You can go on any given website and lease a beat for $20. Go.
It's so accessible.
You can go on YouTube and do tutorials on how to record yourself, mm-hmm. and learn how to mix and do all these. The Jay-Z said, Google's your friend, bro. It's out there. So if that's your limit, if you're like, I'm not willing to give that of myself to do that part, I'm not even willing to understand my process or understand how I can increase the endeavor. So it's like you decreasing your chances of being successful. You playing a game where it's a 1 in a million shot.
And I think another thing is like, artists jump the gun way too fast. It's like the first thing artists say when they start making music, I need a manager. Like, no, the manager is only there to manage the business you already have, not to create you a business.
Right.
It's to manage the business that you already created. So if you got revenue coming in, if you got bookings, you got all this stuff, then the manager has a job in your empire. If you don't have none, if you just an artist like, oh, I just got a song, you don't need to be looking for no manager at this point. Right now, you need to be developing yourself as an artist. You need to be developing your pen, your writing skills, your sound, developing your craft. Like, and then you start transitioning into, all right, now start booking some shows, start getting your name out there, start creating a buzz.
Yes.
And then you start looking for a manager to help run all the stuff once you start to get overwhelmed. Because at the point where you just, like, the point of entry is so low, like once you get into just spend that $2,500 and you just got a laptop and you making music, you don't need no damn manager for that.
No.
Right.
Like, you just wasting the manager's time, or you just want a manager to come spend money on you to help.
And I think that's, we've played in different spaces too. At the same time, we've played in multiple positions in the game. So I agree completely. You do not need a manager. And you are blessed if you find somebody that's willing to invest their energy in you at that developmental stage.
That's what I was just going to ask you guys. Like, there's a lot of steps that I didn't even realize that you guys are both talking about right now. If you can get somebody in your corner as an up-and-coming artist that can keep you on the tracks that you guys are saying, you got to do this, and that. But a lot of guys coming out of the hood, they don't have this. They just, I want to make a beat. I'm going to get myself a manager.
Everybody have it, right? Everybody come out the hood have it. I came out the hood. We all got the same hours. It's about how disciplined are you towards the goal you set.
Right.
Like, if you want to be an artist, if I wanted to be an artist right now, I could be a superstar right now if I wanted to. Nothing would stop me from recording. I record myself.
Exactly.
I shoot my own videos.
Exactly.
I do my own marketing. I build my own website. I do everything myself because it's right here.
Right.
I can do all that shit from right here.
Right. And that goes what I was saying is if that's your barometer, if that's your limit, it's like, I don't want to do that. Then you don't want to win.
Right.
You limit yourself. Because you can't, the universe is not going to reward you. If that's your limit, you like, I'm not willing to give that.
You don't want it.
You don't want it then.
You don't want it.
I don't want to practice. Okay. I don't want to get my skills better.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want to win.
Right.
And you gotta look, me and him CEOs, we had our own company and we joined forces to make one company, right? But we both was our own CEOs of the company. And when we looking for an artist, we looking for talent, of course. Yeah. Like that's what you see first. Because you don't know nothing else about the artist, right? So you see talent. Then when you start digging into it, it's like, let me see the mindset of this artist. Does this artist have what it takes for us to be able to develop this artist?
Do they have the skill? Are they making a track for themselves to be successful?
Listen, yes, they gotta be on that path to being successful.
It's like a job interview.
It's not always they don't always have to have the most amount of skills.
Right.
I would rather a person have some skills and coachable than have all the skills in the world but uncoachable.
And that's where you're going to need on the haystack.
Yeah.
Because those artists are hard to come by and they rare and those are special ones. And it's hard to tell somebody because they'll feel like you shitting on my dream. You say like you ain't ready yet. You ain't ready. It's like, I'm ready. What do you mean I'm ready? You shitting on my, you telling me no. I'm part of being ready is being, like you said, coachable. And what are you willing to give to your craft? If I told you, as an artist, they say I want to record, I'm like, all right, it's going to take you 3 years to bubble up. It's going to take you 3. No, hell no. It's going to take me, I got the hottest record. It's about to drop this shit. It's going to go crazy, motherfuckers. It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
What if they don't? Can we repeat this process? Can you put the work in and stick to it and repeat the process and build on top of it? What if that one so often you see artists, I call it the snail's pace.
Mm-hmm.
They drop a record. Oh, I'm motivated. I look at the music space. Somebody just dropped something. It motivated me. It spurred my creativity. I'm going back in the studio. I go in the studio. I make 5 records. This shit's hot. This is gonna be the hardest EP you ever heard. Give it to the world. Drop it. Shit, they don't go nowhere.
Nowhere. Then
what they do? It take them a year to reboot. I'm not motivated anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm off to some other shit. I'm back hustling, and then next year, Future drop again, and I'm back motivated. I need to get back at it, man. This is what it is, and it's like that shit is never going to work.
Right.
That process is never going to work.
And a lot of artists, they come to you because, or they'll come to us because they want us to fund their dreams. But they come to us, they come to us because they want us to fund their dreams. But we come to them because we want an ROI on them. Mm-hmm. We come to them for, this is a business plan. This is not, hey, I'm here to just, here go 50K. I love your dream. No, it's like, look, I'm putting 50K into you, and I want to make 100 off of you. I want to make $1 million off of you. I'm not doing this just because you love to do this and you need somebody to help you so you can do this. You can record yourself. But it's like, we put this money into you. We putting marketing dollars into you. We're trying to find a PR firm to get your music out here. You got to find this. You got to do that. It's like, we doing this so we can make our money back. I'm not giving you money to just for it to go to waste and then we never see it. Like that's not what it's for.
And that's the uncomfortable conversation that you have to have with artists going in. Mm-hmm. And it's the fact of the matter. It's like, listen, this is what it is. And now I believe in you. Right. Like I said on the investing piece. When you invest and you understand investing, you're like, it's hit or miss. Right. And when you're dealing with intellectual property or creativity, it's extra hit or miss. It's the same as a OTC pink slip stock. Like this is a 99% fail rate. He's going, but I invest in what I see.
Right.
Because getting in early is the key to making money. Mm-hmm. The key to big flips is getting in early. So you got the talent. I'm investing. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you if you're willing to put the work in. You're willing to put the work in. Let's go. I believe in you. Now at the point that see what's crazy about the music is you gotta understand your product is a person.
Right. You're not gonna go throwing money at something you don't believe in.
But your product is a person. So think about that per se. When your product is a person,
it's not just a
bottle. This bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
This bottle of water. If I put it right here, it's gonna stand right there. If I face the label out, I'm gonna put the label on it. It's gonna stand there. It's gonna stay on the shelf. It's gonna stay in the position that I think it can win.
Right.
That bottle of water is not gonna go over here and lay up for 3 days with his baby mama out the way. That bottle of water is not gonna go over here and get drunk in the club and tear the club up.
Right.
This bottle of water is not gonna say, I don't like the label that you put on me. I don't think that's working for me and my look. That label, that product is gonna stay there. So when you're dealing with an artist as an individual, everything that comes with them, you taking that on. You saying, all right, when you get the phone call, that bottle's locked up. The bottle got caught doing some bullshit. The bottle's locked up.
Right.
Need to get him out. Like, fuck, okay. That bottle, there's some people looking for that bottle because he was shooting at somebody last night. You're like, fuck, okay. All right. All of those things come with it. It's a huge energy investment, right?
So much to go into it.
So with an artist, that commitment that we talking about is that artist saying, I understand, I'm the product. Mm-hmm. Jay, I go back to Jay because Jay dropped so many jewels. He said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. Like, you are a business.
Yeah.
So all these people that work, you are a business. Like Kevin Hart, he's a business. And he understands that. He got his Red Cup boys. He got writers around him. They understand he's a business. I'm a business. Mm-hmm. These people with me, it's a business. And so it's hard to shift a person's brain from right to left brain because I'm creative. I gotta be in my vibe. I'm in my vibe. And then you get this cloud of the transition, right? And Trump and I both, the transition is where it always gets crazy when you're dealing with an artist.
Fuzzy.
It gets real fuzzy because what you said, I call it last man out the room syndrome. Some people suffer from this in different walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
The last person out the room is all they remember. Only thing that they remember is the last person, what the last person out the room said. So we can have a meeting. I can talk to you as an artist.
Right.
It's the plan. It's the plan. But unlike this water bottle, it's not static. So that artist gonna go out here and somebody else gonna see him. Listen, what you need to do this, and this.
That's
And then that artist gonna call you like, man, I know we talked about doing this, but my man told me that stick to the plan. Let's stay paid. It don't sound as sexy as what my man told me.
Right.
My man told me we could go from 0 to 100. All we gotta do is it's like the fucking Cash App scams. All I gotta do is send him $100 in my bank account, and he gonna send me 10 grand. You telling me be patient and save.
I can't believe people fall for that though.
But that's the logic of it, right? It's like, damn. So you're like, okay, so you gotta combat that.
Right.
You gotta combat that last man out the room syndrome. That this person can stick to the script. We got a plan. Stick to the script. Because it's so many people shooting shit. And this game is so murky, it's so many layers of people shooting shit. You're gonna have Joe Blow pop up that hand out fucking flyers for Def Jam, and he like, yo, I work for Def Jam, or I work for Universal, man. I'm just gonna tell you, this is what you need to be doing. You need to bring me 5,000. Then they come back like, yo, the guy from Def Jam just called me. The Universal just called me. He said if I give him, I need $5 grand right now, and he gonna
make me blow up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast with Jay-Z. Right? My breakfast with Jay-Z. You like shit. You like stick to the plan. Don't get sidetracked.
Don't breakfast with Jay-Z.
Don't fall for the illusions.
Right.
It's working. Because these people, artists gotta say, these people are only gonna come because you're winning. Nobody ever looks in and jump on a sinking ship. They only jumping on because you're winning. Mm-hmm. That means the process is working. So just stick to what's working. Mm-hmm. Just stick to, but you're dealing with a person.
That's the hardest part.
The emotional intelligence, like Trump was talking about, that emotional part, they like, that they see their dream dangling, somebody dangling that carrot, it's like, don't reach for the carrot. Shit, the carrot right there. Don't reach for the carrot.
Stick to the plan.
It's hard to do.
It is hard.
It's hard for you. So, that management thing, that artist thing, the discipline and the focus of the artist means everything. You are your own key to your own success. Anybody else that's around you that believes in you, all they can do is accentuate what you do.
And I'm gonna say this: don't come to me for no management. Don't come to me for no trying to get signed to no label, unless you have your shit together, like all the way together. I'm not into building up an artist no more.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that no more.
Yes,
I want a well built artists already. They just might need that extra little push to get them over to that next level. I'm not trying to start from the bottom and then work my way up with an artist no more. It just takes too much time, takes too much energy. And
the risk profile, because you are risking that when they get to a certain space, they can keep control. And it's easy to say, man. It's easy to say. You could listen. You could tell the artist about the women, all the hurdles that's gonna come. They're like, oh man, I was fucking all the bitches already. I ain't worried. The women ain't gonna change me. Man, you gonna get some money in them. Man, I already got bread, man. Shit, that ain't nothing. I've been getting money. Okay. You never seen a $20,000 check. You never seen a $50,000 check that you can go put in a bank account. You never experienced women that you never even laid their eyes on telling you they've been watching you and want to fuck your brains out, and here's their address, comes quick. Where can they see you at? The groupieism of the shit. You never experienced a different tier of women coming at you for no reason. You just haven't. Nobody can prepare for that unless you accept what you don't know. Unless you're like, look, I know it's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna come that I don't know, but this is where I'm cementing myself on this foundation.
Yes.
You can't prepare for that shit. You can't. It's impossible. What's the fucking chick? Brittany Renner. That's how she keeps smoking them.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like,
yeah.
I can sit here and tell you a lottery pick and tell you, listen, these women gonna come. You're gonna have a whole buffet of shit that you can get into. Whatever you into, most people are not gonna tell you no. They're gonna give you whatever you want. But you gotta have the discipline to know what's best for you and say, and have people around you that have what's best for you and your interests and say, all right, I'm strong enough. Because what happened? Nobody likes no.
No.
Nobody likes no except a wise man. Because a wise person wants somebody to tell me no.
Absolutely.
And that's the anchor. You want an anchor. They're gonna tell me no. But most people, they're like, I don't want no. I want yeses all across the board. Well, yes is gonna let you fall and become your own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's here to tell you no. You need somebody to say, you don't need to do that. You don't need to spend that. What do you mean? We buying the tape, buying the bar. No. You need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You about to spend back. You in the club. You got booked for a show. You about to spend what they were about to pay you back with them.
Right.
Slow down.
Free show.
So this is about to turn into a free show for them. They comped you 5 bottles, but you got 30 people with you, so you like, I need 10 more bottles. Give me 10 more bottles. Then at the end of the night after the show, you like, all right, but I paid. You like, man, you owe me.
Right.
You owe 200.
Yeah.
What you mean? It was crazy. The vibe, the energy, the show was, the math not there, man.
And you take that same logic and apply it to real life too. You don't even necessarily got to be an artist. If you go into the club, you ain't got to show off on nobody. You ain't got to go buy, $1,000 bottles and just have the girls coming over there. You could go in there, just go in there, have a regular time, have a good time. Like everybody be like, if you got it, do it. I'm not saying if you don't have it. If you don't got it, don't pretend to have it.
Yes.
By going in there and blowing all your money just to show off for some people that don't give a fuck about who you is.
Never gonna see you again.
Never gonna see them again. They don't care about what's going on in your life, but you just trying to impress them.
One thing I've learned, man, in life, you set your own stage. You set the own barometer. You set yourself the guidelines in which the public is going to judge you. So if I establish, like when I was young, actually I had jewelry my whole life. I had rings, I got diamonds, I'm 13, 14, I got hair and bones and coochie. That's what I'm doing. Right? That's what I'm doing. That's my barometer then. So I set this mark and I got to stay at this mark. That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Until I was like, everybody got jewelry now. I don't want to wear jewelry no more. I'm going to set the barometer of what's successful for me and what I get judged by. Mm-hmm. So if you go out and you say, you set the bar like this, what I need to do this, what everybody else is doing, that's what you're going to be judged by then, right? If that's what we care about, if we building an artist, and you saying, this is my look. If you want to make your look Gucci and Louis and have to hold that standard, shit, feel free. That's on you to do.
But not on my dime.
Yeah,
right.
But you got to do that. Now, if you want to say, shit, the jury ain't on me, it's in me. So I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm going to bring the audience into my world. Mm-hmm. This on me. This is what I'm going to do.
It's more sustainable that way.
I'm going to do what I want to do. And you figure it out. I'm going to do what I want to do. Then okay. But if you set yourself to be a standard bearer if you set yourself to be a standard bearer of other people's opinions, man, you in for a long life. Mm-hmm. You in for a long road. Because you're like, I got to get out of this car now because it ain't what the people expecting of me. I got to get the new car. Shit. Not you putting yourself down a rabbit hole. And that's just dangerous.
I think a lot of what we're talking about today just comes back to yourself and your discipline and what you really want. If you really want it, you're going to chase after it. You're going to create a path for yourself to get to where you want to be. You're going to stay disciplined enough. You know what I mean?
That's the question. The knowledge, strategy, and execution. And we added extra preparation in there. It's like that's what you need. That's what you need.
What are you willing to give? What are you willing to give? Because if you're willing to give, or if like every entertainer, especially in rap, it's artists that people fall in love with, right? They fall in love with the Jeezys and the Jay-Z's and the Rick Rosses and there's so many different players that been ultra successful, Cash Money and Birdman, all these ultra successful entrepreneurs. But if you delve deeper, the one thing that's consistent in all of those guys' stories is that they got to the point where they were willing to give anything to be successful. Yeah. If you read Jay Prince's book, The Art and Science of Respect, he says, like, I got to the point where the streets had caught up and I was done. And I prayed to God, like, I'm through. And I just went all the way into the music. Jeezy said, I sold my last pack and I was like, man, I gotta move. I gotta make this move or my window's gonna close. I'm willing to give anything. Jay said it, the Fed's closing in, I'm ready to, I'm all in.
Justin.
Biggie said the same thing, like, I'm out. Mm-hmm. I'm out the streets, I'm all in. Master P. It's the common denominator, right? It's like you got to make that decision when you like, I'm gonna put my effort into making this successful. I'm gonna put my effort into whatever that looks like, because you're gonna get the different tiers of the game. You're gonna get to a tier in the music if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you'll get to a tier in the music that it's just money, right? Your success is just money. Okay. Absolutely. You want to be independent? It's a number. It's a number. Everything that you see major artists do, an independent artist can do, if you have the money. Mm-hmm. The money buys it's a resource. Do you want a radio push? You want a radio push? You got 100, you got 200 for radio?
Right.
And that's to purchase a marketing person, a radio guy that goes and solicits your music to radio. This is what they do. You want to get on, who you want on your record? You want, name them. It's a number. It's a number, and I can call their management, and we'll set the session up. Whatever you want to do, it's a number. So,
and that's why I say, like, the artist is so focused on, I gotta buy a chain, gotta buy a car, I gotta save that money and spend it on the marketing, spend it on the vehicle that's gonna drive you to the success. The image is not necessarily gonna drive you to success. I think about Michael Jackson. Like, if I ask you, what kind of car Michael Jackson had?
Who knows?
What kind of chains did he have on? Mike came out there with just, he have his glove on, a hat, that probably, his whole outfit probably cost $100.
Now, I'm gonna say Mike's outfit. Mike had to spend a hat. So Mike's outfit probably cost $10,000. But you don't know what it is.
Yeah. You can't be like, well, it is Mike. Right, it is Mike. Right. So it might have been more than $100, but it don't.
But to the artist's defense, people eat with their eyes. Like, a con man is short for confidence man. And the only way a con man can con you is if he walks up and is presented to you in a way that is believable. So the con man that ain't got shit going on ain't gonna never pull up on you with a tattered shirt on and be like, listen, I got a deal for you. He's gonna come in a way that looks the way that you would perceive success to look. Mm-hmm. Now he might be living in a marathon bathroom, right? But he looks to you, it sells. So we conditioned for that. So okay.
But my point was, I was making it was like the talent is gonna outshine everything you can buy. That's the point I was making. Is like Michael Jackson, his talent outshine everything else. Right. You ain't see him in no film. You ain't see him. He probably had all that stuff. I know he had to spend it. I remember seeing a video of him going into that art store.
Right.
What was that? The art store.
It was some shit.
And he was dropping crazy money in that store.
Dimes.
Like, so I know he had the money, but the way he looked, you couldn't tell because it was his image was based off his talent and not the way he looked.
Right.
And so many artists now focus on, I gotta look like this versus who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
The look ain't sustainable if you don't have the money.
Right.
The talent is gonna always be sustainable if you got the talent. So I take like a Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he don't really wear no chains. He don't really, like, he have a jogging suit on. It ain't really nothing. Yeah. But the talent is keeping him ahead of the game. Like, in the last decade, he probably
one of the biggest artists.
The biggest artist that we've seen, like, in a long time. And he ain't got no chains. He ain't doing, it ain't no.
Like I said, I agree with you, man. I think that's what, it comes back to what you set the standard as, right? If you say, I'm going into this game and I got a talent. Now, how you choose to direct that talent or move that talent is on you.
Right.
If you say, oh, okay, I got this talent, I can rap about anything, but I choose to rap about this, well, that's what you're going to be held accountable to. Because I think the one thing with hip-hop or rap that's different from pop or other genres is it's a certain level of authenticity that people expect that you got to live up to. So if you rapped about this, we expect that that's real. That you doing this, that's the lifestyle you living, and that's real. Mm-hmm. And artists so often see other artists being successful with these different recipes, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna take that recipe and use it. But what happens is, that's not the reality, man, sometimes, right? Like, or if it is the reality, the cost of that reality is too high for you to be for it to be sustainable.
Right.
Right? Because you like, I got the money, I got this and that. So, but you're gonna get to a fork in the road where you are All right, you got it. You got the Louis Vuitton, Hermes. You got the Prada. You got all the shit, the Dior. But now you got to spend 40,000 into this next project. And they like, I can't spend 40,000 into that project and keep this drip up.
Right.
I can't keep the drip up. Like I gotta keep the drip up too.
No, I want to ask you guys a question. You guys mentioned Drake. Drake's one of my favorites. Last week we talked a lot about you guys' favorite albums of all time. What do you guys think about Drake and what he's done to change the music business over the last 10 years or so? Are you guys fans? What do you guys think?
I love it. I think he's showing you, like, every human got different versions of who they are. Like,
Right.
like everybody not that hard street
Right.
dude that you spread to the street. Like, in the streets, he that dude.
Mm-hmm.
When he with his wife or his girl, he a little softer, he a little bit more smoother.
Of course.
And Drake found a way to capture that person in his music. So he give you a little bit more sensitive side, a little bit more emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he talked about girls that he was with that may have left him, that he may have been feeling. It's like,
Right.
that one was missing in this game to where, because everybody want to be the hardest person in the room. Like, they want to be like, I'll kill this motherfucker.
And be like, Mike,
Like-
say something.
Versus a motherfucker that's like, man, I love that girl.
Right.
But see,
She's a stripper.
right. I fucked up. I got caught in the trick bag.
Right.
What I'm saying is, I think the game changed from that though, right? Because like I said, hip hop requires a level of authenticity that people expect with the culture.
Yeah.
So when LL, like he just got inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame, I Need Love, changed the pace. They're like, oh, we can do that. LL was the first one to come with the. Let me talk to the ladies for a minute. Ladies love Cool J. He's the precursor, maybe the great precursor to the Drake. Because LL was all over the place. He'd go from Mama Said Knock You Out to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna get lyrical on it to, you know what I mean? And I think artists, as hip hop evolved and became more commercial, you do what sells. Right? You do what sells. If they say doing this is what is successful, this is what sells, then people start reproducing what's garnered success. So we come to an era where everybody's, I'm a gangster. Shit, this is what sells. Fuck it, this is what I'm doing. And then Drake came to add that authenticity. I think he came off a little bit off of Kanye's back, because Kanye opened up the door to a lot of different things, to that vulnerability of like, I'm not a street dude. Like I'm from the hood, but I ain't street like that. I ain't killing nobody on my records. Right? He came from that, and Drake added on top of that, well, I can sing, right? I can put melodies and harmonies on top of this shit.
Yeah.
And that,
in a real way.
Drake can rap his ass off too.
Right,
yeah,
He can rap his ass off too.
Yes. So he like you said, the talent outweighed all the other shit. But it's like, can you bet on yourself? Can you believe in that talent and say this talent is going to outweigh? I can do what I want with it. That I'm a master of my craft. What we doing? What we doing? It's like LeBron, who can play every position. I'm the master of this game. I can do everything on the floor. I can be the point. I can play the two. I can get on that low post. I'll box out the center and grab rebounds. I can do it all because I'm a master of my talent. You know what I mean?
So Drake actually, he moved the culture forward when he came out. And
Absolutely, sir.
he been doing things that's unheard of. The numbers, people don't even want to go against him on the verses.
You couldn't.
Shit, man.
Who could? But Jay.
Ooh.
And
So
so
Wayne
I don't think Wayne could.
Wayne go back to the 90s though.
Yeah. I don't know if Wayne could beat Drake though.
It gotta be Wayne and Drake.
I don't think Wayne could beat Drake though.
This Wayne? Or are you talking about
complete Wayne?
Complete Wayne.
Right, because listen, Drake does pop numbers. He does numbers that are astronomical. The Wayne, I think that you saying go back to the 90s and the early 2000s, everybody loved, that's mixtape Wayne. And mixtape Wayne was a motherfucking juggernaut. You just like mixtape Wayne was goddamn Wayne. Another one? He's like not just another one, another 5. He was dropping 5 mixtapes a week.
Yeah.
Unbelievable numbers. But that audience wasn't full spectrum. It wasn't like everybody in the world. It came out
This was gonna bring us back to the Dipset and Locks when they was doing freestyles versus Dipset trying to do their commercial shit to Locks freestyles and was losing.
But that was home court advantage. That was home court advantage. The Locks understood the assignment, was like, oh shit, we're not gonna play their game, we're gonna play our game. And we know our audience. And Kiss was phenomenal. Kiss is like, oh, I'm about to MC. In the real definition of the MC, I'm about to be the master of ceremonies. I'm gonna guide the direction of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't just gonna jump up here and play the record. I'm gonna guide the direction of this shit and show y'all. I'm gonna control the audience. It was expert. It was elite mic control and audience control.
Yes, that was hip hop at its finest.
At its fucking finest. Cause okay, y'all gonna play y'all shit, but guess what? I'm about to bring it. I'm gonna position everybody and bring everybody back to where I want. Mm-hmm. And is those fucking people with that talent is fucking rare. And it's man, like I think Jay is one of the ultimate at that. I think he kind of ushered that shit in during the 90s.
Absolutely.
Jay can do a whole stadium, and he's the only guy on stage. Think about that shit, man. And Jay's not the performative artist, right? He ain't a performer. He ain't running around on stage and jumping like Jay. I'm just gonna bring you into me right here. Fucking get the lights right on this ice, because motherfucker's ice is ridiculous when he puts that shit on. Right? We did a Jay show. I was like, I went to a show. I was like, God damn, that's some good diamonds, man. That's some good diamonds in that shit. This shit was phenomenal. But Jay can control the audience. Let me bring you into my world and control you and control your emotions for 2 hours. And I'm not about to jump around this motherfucker and get out of character for me. This goes back to what I was saying, is for artists, like, can you be you and use your talent and be you? Mm-hmm. Be you. Jay, like, shit, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna walk the stage and get y'all and get in my space and do my thing, and you gonna love it.
I think Drake learned from that too. I think like back in the day we used to have, I know you probably don't remember it, but we used to have cleanup music where your mom would be like, it's time to clean up, and you go put on some music. And it was cleanup music.
What kind of tracks are on this cleanup music
this was
playlist?
Oh, like, old school?
Yeah, my mom put on Tevin Campbell. She had put on.
You gotta go old school. Yeah, you might hear some Luther. You might hear some everything.
Baby, there ain't no mountains.
So Boys to Men radio. That's what we're talking. That's cleanup music.
You gotta go. See, we was on my art period, so we gotta go back to to the era, to the 70s, the Marvin Gaye's and the all of that, the 80s music. You know what I'm saying? The Anita Bakers and the the shit you pull out the comic too.
That cleanup music.
You know about the comic, Devin?
The comic.
The comet, COMET, comet.
The comet, no.
Oh, he don't know about the comet. That was if you ain't got no cleaning supplies in the hood unless you got some comet. That powder shit,
everything.
Oh, that shit is you about to scrub the fucking porcelain off this shit.
Shoes was dirty. Put the comet on the shoes.
They clean everything. This shit was
everything.
This shit gonna scrape the paint off the walls.
Is it still a thing or what?
Absolutely.
It was before Pine Sol.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Pine Sol was around there too.
Yeah, but you was using the comet. It was like they had like 4 holes at the top. You just
sprinkling this shit in like seasoning salt.
Everything. I don't know what was in it, but it cleaned everything.
This shit cleaned everything.
Man. But what was I saying?
Pine Sol. You said the cleanup music.
Cleanup music. When you able to enter somebody's home when it's like that, was time to clean up, because people clean up every day.
Right.
So you're listening to these songs every day. And what Drake was able to do is tap into that cleanup music. So he got music for you that's going to be in your household. He got music for you that's going to be in the clubs. Mm-hmm. He got music that's going to tend to the people that's in the streets.
Right.
So he hitting you everywhere you go. If you wanted to go for a ride, you can put on Drake and just go for a ride. He hitting you in every single where you can go listen to music at. That's where you get it. True. And every artist can't do that. Like I said, when I listen to Meek Mill, I can't listen to Meek Mill all day. I don't want to hear nobody yelling at me all the time. Like, I don't want to hear that all the time. I need to be in an environment where I can take in Meek Mill.
Right.
But Drake, I can be in any kind of environment and take him in. That's why he's spreading so far. That's why his numbers are so ridiculous. And you got to be able to create that kind of music to become that person.
It's lifestyle. It's soundtrack to your life. Certain artists can make music that becomes a soundtrack to your life, and that grows with you. Like, if you look at music today, and I ask you this because you're a little younger, what music do you think that is going to be timeless that's coming out right now? From an artist where you're saying, this music, when I say timeless, I mean, right now, it's radio stations that focus solely on Motown.
Right.
They like this is a Motown station, and we play Motown. This shit is gonna play forever. Michael Jackson, Prince, these songs are gonna play forever. It's a lot of artists that, you know, the greats that you can put into those pockets, say this music is gonna play forever. Are we producing music or artists that are going to play forever?
Timeless music.
Yeah, because at 60 years old, are you like, I shot the bitch up,
Right.
killed the hoe, we got the two, I got the dick hanging out the stick, and then, at 60 years old,
Right.
at 50 years old.
Two guys that instantly come to my mind is Drake. Drake's one of them,
Right.
of course. He reaches so many different people in different ways. And Bruno Mars.
Mm.
He came to mind real quick.
Mm.
You got a lot of those catchy songs, a lot of
See, Bruno put me in a he a mood artist to me. Like I gotta be in the mood to listen to Bruno.
right.
Like, Drake, I could be in any kind of mood. I'm upset. If I'm upset, I can put on Drake.
Right.
If I'm in love, I can put on Drake.
Yeah.
If I want to go make some money, I can put on Drake. If I want to hit the club, I can put on Drake. If I want to clean up, it's like when I hear Bruno, I hear that. Like I gotta be in the mood to listen to.
Well, what you said about the Motown, they got the whole radio station for it. You know, now I can see that happening, and
See, I think
20, 30 years have not a station for Bruno Mars, but music like that.
But I think my thing with Bruno Mars, I think, and it's just my opinion, analyzing the artist. I think he's found the retro niche.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay, I'm gonna stick. So with that comes a lot of theatrical things that don't necessarily pull you into the artist because it's pop music. And with pop music, it's just like, okay, catchy. Is it touching the audience? Is it something that they can, get with? But you don't really look at those records and say, those are Bruno.
Maybe that's how I'm looking at it too, from the theatrical standpoint.
Because like one artist that people love who doesn't make a lot of music, it's like you'll hear who has a crazy fan base is what's my guy? He made Channel Orange.
What is his name?
Channel Orange. I never heard of that.
Crazy, yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
Well, we got the computers right here.
That's
Channel Orange, man. I'm sorry because I think it's an amazing talent.
Frank Ocean. Man, okay.
Frank Ocean has a great. You want to cut a lot of that out.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean has a huge following though. People still follow Frank Ocean. It's like he made music for that window of time that they love it.
Lauryn Hill.
Mm-hmm. Fucking my guy up there. What's the guy up there in Canada? The Weeknd.
Oh, The Weeknd, yeah.
Weeknd, huge following, but The Weeknd is making music as The Weeknd, right? He has that sound. Mm-hmm. He's making music that appeals to. I think certain artists like that got that ability to do that, and I think Drake is one of the leaders of that space, man. Drake is one of those artists that make music that's like, okay, his music is going to age very well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's going to age 20, 30 years from now, 40 years. I mean, it's going to age where people are like, yo, that's Drake, that's classic.
Like you said, Drake music is going to go from 107.9, which is our hip hop station, to 93 FM, which is our R&B, old school. Like he gonna later on, he gonna still be getting money off of that and be able to tour off of that. He gonna get into that lane where Keith Sweat's still touring right now, making money. All the old school dudes still touring and making money. That's true, It's over to
that.
Some good shit. That was unscripted. You might go back a little bit.
No, that's cool. Shit. But so to answer your question, Drake, he did a lot for the music industry since his inception to now, and I think it's going to continue to grow. And I think that he's going to continue to challenge himself.
Yes.
But I never heard a weak verse from him, so I know he takes his craft very serious.
Good.
I never heard really a song that I just hate from him. Like it was a song that I just didn't connect with.
Right.
It wasn't a bad song. I never heard
production. Yeah.
So I know he take it serious. So I know he's gonna continue to challenge himself to become better and better and better. And eventually you'll start seeing a line of Drakes being produced under his umbrella. So,
but it's like we said last week. It's like Drake is he's one of those artists that his contribution to the game is going to be felt long after him. Like the Jay-Z, he's a perspective artist. So you always, his marketability and his ability to sell is always going to be there because people are going to say, what's Drake into right now?
Right.
What's Drake on? He gave his perspective. And people are always going to, he's selling his perspective. And people are going to always buy that into Drake's. We seeing rappers go into their 50s now. Mm-hmm. And still be able to sell a sizable amount of records to their audience because they sold their perspective. So I think Drake's gonna be one of those artists that's gonna push the envelope. It's like there's no telling how long Drake will be around doing it and operating at a high level.
I got a question for y'all too. This the next subject. I'm jumping to another subject right now though.
Okay.
But I heard this on Drink Champs though. They ask this question a lot. Do you prefer loyalty or respect? So I'm asking y'all which one y'all prefer, or is it both?
I feel like with loyalty, you get respect.
Okay.
Respect doesn't necessarily mean loyalty. But I feel like if you're loyal to somebody, you got to have some sort of level of respect for them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I take respect.
Okay.
Everyone changes.
Mm-hmm.
And loyalty is attached to a feeling to me. When I hear the word loyalty, it's attached to, it's intangible. It's not an active thing all the time. You're not like, you don't walk in the door and be like, hey, don't walk in my house disloyal like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's an intangible thing. Yeah. So you don't know if it's there or not there until it's breached.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I just want my respect. Operate with respect with me. The loyalty thing, ultimately, you human, first law of human nature, self-preservation. So that level of that loyalty being breached is always there. The possibility that loyalty being breached is always there if it's me versus you. Right? If it's me versus you, you're going to always choose yourself. That's just the law of self-preservation. And I'm like, that was disloyal. It's a feeling. I'd rather we operate with respect because that's a clear-cut boundary. And it touches on that, like, man, me versus you, but I respect you. So there's certain shit I'm not going to do out of respect. We got respect. Now, that's true. It never poses the question of whether I got to choose between being who I'm, but I respect you. So I'm always going to operate in a certain space out of respect towards you. But that loyalty thing, I'm like, I don't trust it. A soldier's only loyal until they become, a person only loyal until you deem them disloyal. Mm-hmm. You don't know how they operate, you know what I mean? What you think?
Mine is, I gotta go with both, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going with both. Both, as it's the hood. Both
with the both.
Yes, both. Right. Both. I'm going with both, right? The reason why I'm going with both of them is because
both of them.
Like in the streets, you want your dudes to respect you and be loyal to you, right? So as we growing up, our friends was loyal to us, and they respected you. Now when you get into business, I don't need nobody to be loyal to me in business. But I want them to respect me though, right? Because everybody that you do business with ain't gonna be your friend,
right?
So it depends on what scenario that you in for both of those to apply. Like that only applies to me with my friends. Like if you're my friend, I respect you and I'm gonna be loyal to you, right? Because that's my friend. If we doing business with somebody that we don't know, we're just gonna respect the business. I'm not gonna be loyal to this.
Right.
I'm not. That's not gonna kick in at that point. So I think.
But I'm saying, I'm gonna ask you a question. So, but with loyalty can be bought. A soldier is loyal to the person that's feeding them. That mercenary is always there. They loyal to who's feeding them. They loyal to the concept of what they're doing for them. And this is from my own personal experience. I've experienced. My loyalty to you is I'm not going to do anything that negatively impacts you.
That's respect. If you respect me enough, then you ain't gonna do nothing either.
Right.
But in my loyalty, I may do something in protecting your interests that you don't agree with.
But the part that we ain't getting, that I was about to get to, is that respect is fear, loyalty is love.
Mm.
So if they respect you, they fear you a little bit. It's like you can get somebody to fear you, and they'll respect you. They'll do whatever you want as long as they fear you. As long as you stay. As long as you, I was about to say something about Hitler, but I don't even want to get into that. But as long as you stay into that mode where they fear you, it's like your kid. You got a son. You want to put a little bit of fear in him, and he'll respect you for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
The loyalty is the love. It's like now I'm going out of my way to make sure that you okay. Out of the loyalty and love I got for you. Like fear is respect, loyalty is love.
And you say you want both. They can't. I don't believe they can coexist because my fear is going to impact my love. Fear is a negative, love is a positive. So at the point that I fear you, I'm like, okay, your best interests aren't my best interests now because I fear you a little bit.
But if you loyal to me, then and you go out of your way to prove that you're loyal to me, not even to prove. Like loyalty is just a state of being. Like you're just a naturally loyal person. So everything you do, everything that you encompass is gonna be loyal like or loyal whatever. So if I'm out and about and something's coming out or something's going down and your loyalty has to be checked, or you got to think about it and be like, I'm gonna be loyal. This is what I gotta do for this person. Let's just say you in jail.
Mm-hmm.
The girl respects you. That don't mean she's loyal to you, right?
Absolutely.
She respects you. Like this, he went to jail. He a real person, but I'm not loyal to him. I'm gonna go do what I want to do, right? Oh my eye shit. Getting a little dry here.
Got some eye drops.
Take that part out. But the point I'm making is the girl that's in jail is gonna be loyal to you. Not gonna be loyal to you, but she can respect you, right? Because you didn't build up the respect for her. You didn't show her enough that I'm a person that need to be respected. I'm saying that you gotta have both. You gotta have both because if I go to jail and my girl respects me and loyal to me, then ain't nobody gonna be able to penetrate that wall.
All right. Look, I gotta time in there and stop you, brother, because I'm a fervent believer of this. Throw that shit out the window. If I go to jail, like, this would make it a bit hard for cats, right? And I never been locked up for time. I didn't get a stretch of time, but you gotta wrap your mind around anything that you're going through. And what I got a lot of friends who have, and what makes it a bit hard is that concept, because you're placing an expectation on this person that they're gonna put at some point your self-interest in front of theirs, and they're not. So if you go do 15 years and your wife, you think you're gonna place your faith that my wife is gonna be loyal and never fuck up. She's never gonna fuck up. She's never gonna become a human being. She's never gonna have wants or needs she never gonna want to experience human touch. Hold on, let me finish that though. And she never gonna want to feel a human touch, a fucking another man touching her in that time. If you basing your heart on that, you're gonna have a long time in that pain. Because it's gonna fuck with your mind. If you accept that she respects you though, that whatever she did is not gonna come out and it's not gonna get back to you. Whatever you did to survive during that time is not gonna come back and say, oh, my man's ain't gonna come like, yo, your wife fucked everybody. She fucked the whole hood. She fucked everybody. She fucked your best friend. She was just out here. She got lonely and she was out here. If her respect level is enough for you, then she's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna make him look bad. Now at some point where her human nature is gonna kick in, she's gonna be her. She's gonna be a human being.
Right.
And you gotta accept that part with your condition that you put yourself in. You gotta accept that, man, I'm in this box for a long time. At some point, that shit ain't, that self shit ain't gonna do. And you're gonna wanna feel somebody else there. But she respects you, so your kids never gonna see this person. Your family never gonna write you and tell you like, yo, heard XYZ doing 1, 2, 3. That's the respect level. And I can live with the respect level. If I put loyalty into the mix, what happens when you're loyal to a fault? Right? What happens when I put your self-interest, you like, look, give me this pack. I'm about to go bubble. I'm about to go boy. And I'm loyal to you though. I'm loyal to you. I'm like, this ain't good for you. I'm not gonna do that because it ain't good for you. I'm loyal to your self-interest. But what you want to do is that. You like, fuck you. You held out on me. But you like, I did it for you. Because I knew it wasn't good for you. I did it for you. No. That ain't what happens when you get in that space. Because I've only ever had a beef with other people I help. I only had a problem when I was looking out for somebody more than they might have been looking out for themselves. I saw the danger. I saw the danger. I saw it coming, and I saw that you was gonna fall into it. I said, stop.
Some people got to learn the hard way, though.
That's out of respect for you as a person. You a human being. I respect you as a man to make that decision. So if I'm just operating on respect, I respect you as a man to hold your own and live with the consequences of it. But if I'm loyal to you, I'm taking your interest to my heart. And I'm saying what I'm going to do is best for you in every scenario. Even if you may not want me to. And that's where the fallout happens. Man. So I've experienced that.
Great question, sir. What I want to know is what you guys think. Drop down in the comments, loyalty or respect.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I would like to know what you all think about that. Because, this is stuff we go through every day. This is real life.
So, do y'all want both of them, which is loyalty and respect, or do y'all want?
I'm gonna just go with loyalty. I know I was on the fence there. Loyalty. So
respect.
Okay.
I think that respect is key.
Okay. Make sure y'all leave. Which one y'all want to go with? Whether y'all want to go with both of them, or y'all want to go with loyalty or respect, whichever one y'all want to go with.
We want to know what y'all think.
Yes, absolutely, sir.
Then let us know. I know we got a little bit deep today. Let us know, what you guys think about. I want to do this take all over again. I lost my words.
It's okay, man. Let us know what resonated with y'all the most in the comments.
How you feel about the comments, the subject matter, the topics. We here for y'all.
Yes. And one thing about us, we're going to be real raw and uncut. Okay, so if we do mess up, y'all going to get that too.
You're going to get it.
It's going to get it. This is how it is.
It's
my eye was itching. T had to cough. It's authentic.
It's authentic.
Okay? We want to give y'all who he is. All right? I know I could have said who we are, but I want to say who he is. All right?
Let's go.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Absolutely, sir.
Hey, man, it was nice chilling with you guys today.
You as well.
We're going to be back next week.
Yes, sir.
Tune in, hit that subscribe, smash that like button, share it with your friends. Absolutely, sir. We out.